Big changes coming to the podcast. We got a new theme song.
Oh, really?
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Feel that groove, dude.
It's interesting because you can tell that Dwight Yoakam has a really nice voice. Not here, but just like his regular talking voice.
Here we go. Now we're having fun. Oh, man.
Play through it. You get well on a gig. You got to play through it. You got to. No, you play through it.
Gotta play through it. Damn it. That was going to be our new theme song, but it didn't work out.
That's too bad.
Today's movie, Sling Blade, 96, directed by Billy Bob Thornton, written by Billy Bob Thornton, starring Billy Bob Thornton. This is a real tour de force for Mr. Billy Bob Thornton.
I read on Wikipedia that it only took him 24 days to film this. That's crazy, right? That's not very much time.
That's not a lot of time. And the other thing is the movie, if you watch it, there's a lot of one master shot scenes. Like they'll just have like the camera will just be like stationary for like a minute or two and they'll play the whole scene. And there's like scenes with like little kids and he's talking to the kid by like in the forest. It's hard shit to do.
That's what you're saying. I thought that was easier and cheaper, but you're saying that's actually more difficult.
Well, it's easier and cheaper, but with a kid, that's risky. You have to have a good kid actor and you have to have like rehearsal, but that's actually, if you watch a lot of older movies, they tend to do that a lot. That's kind of like a better way of shooting. It just takes more preparation, better writing. That's a big thing. You have to have a good script because you can't, if the scene doesn't work, you have nothing to cut to.
Yeah. Makes sense.
It's also interesting that it came out in 96, which is like 2 years after Forrest Gump, which I think probably helped them because he's a similar character.
Yeah, except this movie's not totally fucking lame like Forrest Gump is.
So you never saw this before, right?
I saw like little parts of it and I may have seen it a long time ago, but this is the first time that I definitely sat down and watched it straight through and took it all in. It's really good.
Yeah, this movie I feel like is still kind of underseen, even though it was like an Oscar movie. I think the marketing just kind of hurt it in a way. Like it came across very sappy, him and this kid. They didn't really focus on the hilarious aspects of the movie and how it's full of creepy guys. It's like a good mix of sentimental and like there's like edgy. I don't want to say like hardcore, but there's like edgier scenes. Like it starts off with JT Walsh doing his monologue, and he's awesome.
Yeah. So he's implying that he killed the trans prostitute.
The one with a very thin, crooked, uncircumcised penis. Was it crooked?
I think he just said slim.
He liked to hairy arms because usually that means a big bush.
Yeah, that was very funny. But he's talking about that and some other woman that he like tied up. So I don't know if he killed her too or what they're getting at there.
Yeah, he's like in the mental institute with Carl, played by Billy Bob Thornton, of course.
Yeah.
And Carl is just sort of listening passively. And then when Carl goes back at the end, he's like, I don't want to listen to you.
He sticks up for himself. Now, Billy Bob Thornton was not famous, right? He had only done Tombstone since before this. This is what made him.
It made him, but he had been in lots of things. He
Oh,
was in a
really? Really?
movie called One False Move that we'll probably end up doing an episode on.
All
That
right.
he also co-wrote that. He was in stuff. He just no one knew who he was. And apparently this famous director, Billy Wilder, told him like, you're ugly. You're not going to be a famous actor unless you write something. But he had been doing the character since the 80s. He said he came up with it in 87.
Right. He had like some sort of play he was doing with it, a similar.
He did a one-man show and then he did like a short film called some call it a Sling Blade, which is like a half hour long. It's basically the intro of the movie before he gets out of the hospital. So JT Walsh is in that and Molly Ringwald's in that. And like he really it's kind of crazy how much he nailed with this movie. He just really fucking hit it out the park. And then after this movie, he was a leading man in movies. He was in Hollywood movies all the time.
Sure, sure. Yeah, I really the way they made him look old was really, I don't know, interesting by thinning his hair. Because like in Tombstone, he looked like a young man to me. And then this movie, he looked hella old, and it's only what, like 2, 3 years later. So they did a good job on that.
Well, he had remember like Man Who Wasn't There,
Yes,
where he's smoking cigarettes the whole time. He said
yes.
he was a huge smoker. So that made him look older, made him
Oh,
age.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But
I see what you're.
he said when he made The Man Who Wasn't There, he smoked so many cigarettes he never wanted to smoke again, and he quit.
I should try that. Just smoke a carton in a day or something and feel bad about it.
It will make. I mean,
Stop picking
it'll
them off
make.
the ground. For me, they're everywhere. I can get cigarettes anywhere. They're all over the ground. It sucks.
Where that work?
I just pick up butts and smoke them. If I see a butt that's
Ill.
like, yeah, I know it's gross. I'm a fucking crackhead, bro.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day about cigarettes and like smoking.
Yeah,
Like, you know, your lungs aren't meant to do that. Like, you're just supposed to breathe in oxygen. Like, if you
sure.
really think about like what your lungs are
Yeah.
biologically, you know,
Yeah, I can't reason with my addictive mind. Like, oh, it's bad for you. You need to stop. That does not work for me. I'm on the
why not?
Zins, though. I'm back on the Zins. The Zins work.
You know, just breathe air.
Yeah, the 10 deep breaths thing, it does work. Just I can only usually get to like 2 or 3 deep breaths before I'm bored.
Now, what about your new medicine, your
Uh,
injections?
it actually, I don't feel hungry. Yesterday, I ate just a chicken sandwich and a banana all day, and I felt fine. Today, I ate a bit extra, but it really does curb the appetite. It really does. Zeptide,
They say some of those can make you
Zepbound.
quit gambling, quit cigarettes, quit many things. That's what they say.
They did, yeah, I did read that about Ozempic that they're saying it might curb impulsive behaviors, which kind of makes sense. That's kind of what I need.
Are you are you impulsive or compulsive?
Both.
I
They
know.
wouldn't give me Ozempic because Ozempic is technically for diabetes. I don't have diabetes, but this Zepbound is apparently specifically for weight loss. So that's what they gave me.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah. But
I
really,
mean,
all I think about all week is I got to inject myself on a Thursday and I got to put a needle in my body. And just all day, all the time, I'm thinking about it and obsessing over it.
you do it yourself?
Yeah. Into my stomach and then the leg and then leg, then back to the stomach, leg is what you're supposed to
That's
do.
intense, man.
Yeah, it is. It's a disposable needle pen every time.
You
It's
can't get
pretty
someone
fucked
to do
up.
it for you.
No, I can, but what am I going to do? Go to the doctor
No, I mean like
take.
a lady friend or a male
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, I guess I could. I think I'd rather
A young boy.
do it myself. This
A
movie only
young,
cost $1 million.
it looks amazing.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I don't see how they did that for $1 million only. I guess maybe they didn't pay the actors a whole lot or something, or I don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody got paid.
It's a passion piece or a passion project.
He had a lot of friends, right? Like, cause he was working. He probably knew all these actors. He probably knew Dwight Yoakam for sure.
Uh,
He knew all these people, and Robert Duvall shows up for one scene, who's like amazing in it.
yeah.
Speaking of cool dads,
Is this part of our Cool Dad series?
oh yeah,
Okay, okay. Because of Dwight Yoakam or Robert Duvall or both?
because of both of them.
Yeah, right on.
And uh, Robert Duvall is maybe the worst father we've ever had. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's something about him that makes him truly horrible.
I mean, burying his young baby son alive is pretty fucked up.
It was like the size of a squirrel.
Yeah, that didn't seem right.
He never had a chance.
Is
He
Carl a serial killer? He killed
he
three
could have
people.
he could have had fun. That's what he said about the
Yeah,
kid.
we could
The
have
like
fun
feet.
times together. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Carl killed his mother and her lover because he thought that he was like raping the mom,
She liked it.
and so then he killed the mom. Now a sling blade. Have you ever used one, Mike? You love a good blade.
Yeah, no, no. I've used like a sickle or a scythe, which is similar to what this thing is, but nah.
It's like an axe handle, and but instead of a an axe blade, it's like a it's like a big knife on
Yeah,
the end, like a big blade, like a knife blade that you
it's
swing, you
yeah.
sling it or swing it.
You swing it. It's more for slicing as opposed to like an axe is more for chopping. This is more for like slicing brush or grass or something like that, or murdering your mother.
That thing would do some damage. And he was 12 years old when he did it. He just fucking
Yeah.
bashed their heads in.
Yeah.
Now he's in the mental institute and he
What
gets out
what time period is the movie supposed to be during?
90s,
Present time. Oh, okay, okay.
but it's Arkansas, so it's
Right,
not
right, right.
like cutting edge. There's no computers in the movie or anything.
Sure.
But he killed his mom and their lover, but he gets out because he's like, I reckon I shouldn't have done that.
He served his time.
He read the Bible and took him 4 years.
Bible's really long, very small words, very small letters, very thin pages.
And then I asked you, like, is this the same plot as Shane? Is he Shane? He's kind of like, because Shane has a little boy that he relates to.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And he kills the dude. He kills the dude. But I mean, the dude really has no relation to the boy at all. But like I was saying, I mean, anti-hero killing a villain. I mean, that's like it's tale as old as time.
I don't think he's an anti hero. I mean, he's very heroic.
He killed his own mom. That doesn't make him anti-hero.
Well, that was a mistake. And they don't really show that in a graphic way.
Uh-huh.
And she was cheating, so she kind of deserved it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
I mean, I don't know.
With your boss's son? Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. With your husband's boss's son, you're cheating with.
And plus her husband wasn't that great guy, Duvall.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, I
Or
mean,
did it destroy him?
yes, that's what I'm saying. Billy Bob Thornton talked very highly of his father. Yeah, did his son murdering his wife, and I mean that would probably fuck you up a little bit, and also killing your own child.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. He's pretty much destroyed. He just drinks all day and he lives in a beautiful house, but it is a beautiful set because it looks real.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It looks like a real poor person's house that they found. Like all the shit in the wall. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Jethro.
What's Jethro? The movie Jethro?
Dancing Outlaw.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Very much. And also the scene right after that when he goes to the grave of his brother. That was
The
a beautiful
Rock.
scene. That was a beautiful scene with the bamboo and the green. It just looked really serene. Bamboo kind of looked out of place, but it still looked really good.
The movie does a really good thing where it's long. It's 2 hours and 17 minutes, but there's not a lot of scenes. The scenes kind of like take their time and they're very confident
Yeah.
in how they play them out and how they let them kind of breathe. Um,
It's a
so
it's a smooth 2 hours. There's not a lot of ups and downs. It's just kind of like good, steady for 2 hours.
now one thing I wanted to ask you is there a lot of money repairing lawnmowers? Is this like a business that can sustain like four people?
It did make me think of that because in high school I took small engine repair, and I'm like, I have never ever used that again. I mean, it's on top of that in our time, mowers are going electric. They don't, you don't really use a small engine for anything, like maybe a mini bike, but even those are going electric. So, I mean, there's not really a market for repairing small engines.
It
And
gets it.
everything's shit. They build engines to break now to just replace the whole thing as opposed to repair them.
Yeah, and also I was thinking about like John Deere.
Yeah.
They say that has like a monopoly, like you can't repair your own equipment. You have to have like a guy come out, like a certified. But this is a,
It's
it's
proprietary computer shit inside the tractor that you can't work on yourself. Probably voids some sort of warranty too.
but it's very charming in the movie. He gets a job repairing lawnmowers, and his co-worker is the guy from A Simple Plan.
Scooter.
And then his boss is this like fat dude who's
He's
cool.
cool. Yeah, he's hella cool, right? That's who you want someone from the South to be. Like if you I've never been to the South, but when I go to the South, those are the good old boys that you think you want to meet, but you're gonna end up meeting Doyle is who you're gonna end up meeting.
Well, I think I maybe you meet both, maybe you have like
Yeah.
the sensitive fat guys and then the mean construction worker guy. But also, do you like how he gets a job at this lawnmower repair place and he gets to sleep in the garage and they like lock him in and they also give him a few dollars to like buy hard candy and magazines.
Yeah. I mean, he explained that all he really does is just sit there and stare at the wall at night. He don't read no magazine. He ain't gonna eat no candy or read a magazine.
Vanity Fair.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, ooh, Dominic Dunn has a new article or Spy Magazine. Oh, or maybe Mad Magazine. Also, I was thinking like if he's been locked up in this mental hospital, how the hell does he know how a lawnmower works? It's not like he's tooling around.
That's a good point. He said he did have a book on carpentry, but he didn't say he had any information about engine repair, small engine repair.
Yeah, and when he was a kid, he lived in a shed and he slept in a hole in the ground.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what he meant by that.
And then,
Why dig the hole?
well, you see it later
Just
on
just
when
sleep
he
on the
goes
ground.
there. He goes there and you see it, and it's this like disgusting shed with like visible holes in the wall and cracks, and then like this rocky, dirty hole. And it's like I was thinking like, oh, he's like a monster. He's kind of like Frankenstein or something. Like he's kind of
Elephant
like the
Man.
Elephant Man.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
so poor. I mean, or not just poor, but his conditions in his life are just like so poor. But then he has this like stoic intelligence and this thoughtfulness.
What I mean with the garage he lived in, you got to recognize that it's 20 years later. It's not like the dad was keeping it up or anything. Probably got a
True.
little dilapidated over that time.
Okay, okay. And the
Yeah.
dad's a big drunk. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, he meets this little kid at the laundromat and he ends up becoming his friend.
Yeah. Carries the laundry for him.
And this should just be absolutely terrible. The
Yeah.
fact that this works and that two guys like us can watch this and not hate the movie is pretty amazing.
Yeah. 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 I mean, I wouldn't want some dude befriending my daughter outside of a laundromat, like just sitting around waiting to meet somebody.
And everybody in the movie is just like, he's a retard.
Yeah.
He's retarded. But like, you know,
He can fix engines.
he can fix engines
He's
and
got a good heart.
he's got a good heart and he listens. He's honest. Doesn't cheat you. But so there is that Forrest Gump aspect, but there is like good humor. Like the writing is funny. Like John Ritter playing the gay guy, Vaughn.
Yeah.
What a great performance.
Where the hell? What kind of dollar store are they working at that they can afford houses? He's the manager of the dollar store. She's an employee at the dollar store, and they both got houses. Maybe land,
Parent.
maybe places are very cheap, or generational property or something.
I know that stuff is always tricky in these movies.
Right, right.
It's
You got to make
like,
them poor, but not too poor.
yeah, I mean,
They definitely be living in trailers like the Dancing Outlaw, not full houses.
yeah, that would have been way more realistic. A single mother like that,
Yeah,
you know,
working at a dollar store making minimum wage, whatever minimum wage was back then, six
because
dollars or something.
because even if you have a house paid off that your parents gave you, property taxes, electricity, all those like utilities will just eat you up.
Maintenance. The one that got my mom was the HOA fees. We ain't gonna have that there, but that's a big thing that happens.
Yeah, so
Townhomes and condos.
she definitely should. Yeah, her in a trailer with her kid would make so much more sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Doyle, this is the mom's boyfriend.
He hits it out of the park. He's amazing.
It's one of the funniest performances of all time.
What, just being a huge fake tough guy?
Just a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I wish Ryan could have watched this because he looks so much like Ryan.
Okay.
Dwight Yoakam. Like he could be Ryan's dad. That's how similar they look.
Yeah. Okay. I guess so. Ryan's got more hair, but yeah, I the face. I can see what you're saying.
He's a real creep. He'll like the first scene we have of him, he's hanging out with the mom and the kid. And I forget what he says, where he's like, you're starting to make me horny. Like
Ugh.
right in front of the sun.
Yeah. I can't remember either.
And apparently he has his own house that he keeps so he can mess around with his girlfriends.
Right, right. What the hell's wrong with the mom? I mean, what are they trying to show there? Like in someone who's in an abusive relationship that just keeps going back to their abuser.
Yeah.
I guess that's a common thing.
There's something on IMDb trivia that's pretty interesting and it's true. Like the mom never has her own close up. Every shot she's with a guy in it. She never has her own like single close up
Sure, sure.
because she's like always secondary to someone.
If someone was mean to my daughter or my daughter didn't like my partner, that would be the end of it. There'd be no second thought or whatever, no second chance or something.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be around because you would have blown your head off with a shotgun like
That's
your
very
dad.
true. That's very true. Well, no, I have not thought of that. I
He
gotta be
said
there.
he said he left a note saying, I can't take care of y'all the way I like to. So he blew his head off, and the kid's like, I thought he took care of us just fine.
Yeah. I mean, what, the second income was not enough? I mean, she's doing it on her own as a single mom. Him working with her wasn't enough. I find that hard to believe.
Well, it was an irrational decision.
Yeah.
You should have taken the Ozempic that stops you from blowing your brains out.
Very true. Very true.
You know, that would be a good one.
I don't know if antidepressants were big back then or antipsychotics. I don't know how big those were.
I mean,
I think they had
they
Prozac.
existed.
They had Prozac.
Yeah, I mean, but you have to get he didn't have a job.
Right,
He
right.
was working an odd job, so he's not getting the health care he needs. So
Sad.
we didn't talk about John Ritter's the gay guy. We kind of skirted over that. So he is like, Carl, I would like to get lunch with you tomorrow or the next day, and we can talk. And so then he takes Carl out, and Carl's eating French fries with mustard. And he's like, what's her name? Annie, the kid and Annie, Frank and Annie or something. Whatever the kid's name is, they're like, they're very important to me. Also, I'm gay.
Yeah.
Does that surprise you?
He says how they're very much alike. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? They're nothing alike.
He means they're like ostracized. They're like minorities.
Second class citizens. Okay, I can see that.
He's saying gay guys are like retards.
Yeah. I can see how that's true. But I also like how, he says how he's such a deep thinker. He's like, oh, I can see you're really deep in thought. And then he's like, oh, what are you thinking? Oh, I'm thinking about potatoes.
Yeah.
That was funny.
He loves potatoes. Also, he buys potatoes from Jim Jarmusch, the filmmaker, and a nice little cameo. But later at the end of the movie, he does say something very profound. He's like, that boy lives inside his heart.
Yeah.
And then like you see John Ritter like tearing up. It's like, whoa. He is a deep thinker. He is smart.
He knows what's going on. He pretends like he doesn't, but you can see that he knows what's going on.
Well, what about his girlfriend they try to set him up with?
Melinda?
Carl. Do you like Melinda? Mike, what do you think of Melinda as a woman? As a dating.
Busted. Always complaining about her fucking feet. I mean, shut up, lady. Jesus Christ. Oh, you got a blister on your foot. That's sexy.
She enjoys a nice cigarette like you. Maybe you two could go on a little walk sometime.
Don't be so pushy. I also didn't like that she brought in flowers from the dollar store, but they were $2.99. The dollar store.
Good point.
Yeah, that bothered me. Whatever.
Did you like how the boss and his coworker guy were like, let's leave him alone?
Yeah, I did like that. Like, oh, you never go this. Shut up.
Yeah, the coworker didn't understand.
Don't throw salt in his game. Shit.
There's a director's cut that's like 15 minutes longer. I wonder what other shit they have in there. Maybe more stuff with the kid, maybe more stuff with Melinda.
Well, where is it? Why didn't you get it?
Well, it's 2.5 hours.
Oh, yeah, whatever. Another 15 minutes wouldn't be the end of the world.
Maybe he humps Melinda.
Ooh, that would be hot.
Or if maybe he's a gentleman, he's like, I want to go down on you, lick you like ice cream.
God, she's so busted. I'm looking at her here on IMDb. She looks like a fat scarecrow or something. I don't know what that look is.
And they're like, she's a little slow. Is she? She just seems ugly and fat.
She seemed more like autistic than retarded, in my opinion.
Yeah.
She kept saying weird things and kind of she was socially awkward, but not retarded or developmentally disabled, whatever the hell it's called now.
And Carl is not interested in her or any women.
No.
He's not sexual. And this is the thing they do for the hero in these movies. It's like, hey, I just want to be friends with the boy. I don't need to have sex. I don't need to hump and date.
He does make that comment at the beginning how he's got to get used to seeing pretty ladies or whatever after he sees a high school girl, but whatever.
True. He likes them young.
Yeah, apparently. Who doesn't?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got the mind of a 12-year-old. So, yeah, he's probably looking at 15-year-olds or something. 16-year-olds.
I mean, he couldn't just get like, his dick wet a little.
They should have given him that.
I like him black. And then he's at like the black strip club.
What about like an AIDS infested Jenny like Forrest Gump had? Give him something like that.
I got AIDS. I don't feel too good. I think she was dirty.
Where do I buy prep? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he needs prep.
Where do I get prep?
I'm not gay, but if you want, I'll blow you.
Maybe he's bi-curious.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, why not? He's
be.
free. He's been in the institution for like 25 years. Now he's out. He's living life. He seems to be doing pretty well, but I mean, I guess it's not that hard.
Uh, Getting out of jail and not having any support system is pretty tough. I mean, most people aren't going to just let a murderer live in their garage or their place of business, you know?
Yeah, it's like nothing really important to do either. Like he never has to get like benefits or this or that. He never has to get like he never has to wait in line and go to the DMV or something
Right.
or the
Food
hospital.
food stamps or something that he'd
Yeah.
probably get.
And this is a good time to bring up a correction for our last week's Snowtown episode. Now, I made a huge error.
Uh-oh. Well, wow. Wow. You're gonna admit to making a mistake?
I
And
made him
Adam's not even here?
hey, we do corrections all the time.
Okay, okay. Lay it on me.
But also you didn't catch it either.
Oh shit.
And we all saw the same movie. Now, Jamie, I said he had schizophrenia. He doesn't have schizophrenia. He goes to the hospital, and if you pay, look, it's very obvious. They call him Fred. He's using that guy's, the snake and mouse guy. He's using his medical ID to get benefit payments.
Right, right. Yes, they did that in real life too.
And you see John Bunting and him sitting there like, all right, we're going to get your payments going.
Maybe the ID didn't have it was not a photo ID at the time or something, so they couldn't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then if he didn't have schizophrenia, why is the movie so fucking,
He's just very passive or something. I don't know. Also, like I was like, because I knew another character had schizophrenia. The other character who has schizophrenia, besides that guy, is the drug addict friend guy.
how did you
That's
figure?
just something I heard on that podcast we listened to
Okay.
that the therapist did, and then it's on the Wikipedia.
Sure.
So, but I figured like Carl would need like medication or something.
Yeah. What medication did he give you for being retarded? Smart pills?
Well, I know Down syndrome is like very, you have other physical problems. Like you could have like high blood pressure or something. You could have like,
A lot of them are kind of fat, usually.
you could have something like that could be going on. Like, I don't know, like heart pills or some sort of bullshit.
Oh, you think he has Down syndrome?
I'm just saying, like, that's something they experience. So maybe it's something he would experience. Like
Eh,
his mental issue is never fully
explained.
explained, or it's not even a real thing. It's just like he's unique to himself.
He's just delayed. And yeah, being in a mental hospital for 20 years, the food is probably not very good. He probably does have some sort of health problem.
Maybe he just needs a little speed to get going during the
That
day.
that might help. That might help. Give him a little Adderall.
Just sitting around fixing lawnmowers. But also these lawnmowers, what's wrong with them? They don't have gas.
That one didn't have gas. I mean, back then they probably weren't built super well. I mean, it's not a Honda. It's just some company's engine or something.
But also it's that thing that
Off brand.
he sees things simply.
Yeah.
He's not like the rest of us who overcomplicate things. He goes like Doyle's bad. Look at Doyle. He gets the band together, they party, and then what does he do? He just tears everyone apart, just attacks them.
He pushes that dude in the wheelchair, and that shit's hella fucked up. I didn't like that.
You didn't think it was funny?
No, when he shoved him into the door, no, it was not funny.
Get out.
It's
And like,
tragic.
Doyle, you can't treat people like this.
I don't know why they're such pussies.
Did you recognize that one guy from Total Recall?
No. Which one?
He's on the subway in Total Recall, and he's like, "That they say the aliens are in there."
No, I don't remember
The guy
that.
with the beard. All those guys,
Mickey Jones, it looks like.
yeah, all those guys apparently are good musicians.
Sure. Well, I mean, so is Dwight Yoakam. You mean in real life or in the movie?
In real life.
Yeah. Well, so is Dwight Yoakam.
Is he a good musician? I was listening to some of his music. It's a little.
I'm sure somebody likes it. He's rich and famous, right? Did he do any other movies after this? Any other good performances?
He's in Panic Room.
Oh, I don't
And
remember.
that
I saw that movie, but I don't remember any of it other than Jodie Foster was in it.
movie was pretty lame. I don't think he was in anything as good as this.
Which is weird because he was really good in this. You think they give him another chance?
It's a great part, but other actors could be in this part.
Sure, sure.
Oh, he's in Crank. He plays the doctor.
I didn't see that. I didn't see
He was
that.
in Cry Macho
Never heard of it.
and Clint Eastwood. He was on King of the Hill.
That makes sense.
Oh, he was in movies before this. Oh yeah, he's in Red Rock West.
What about the guy who played Scooter? What else is he in? Oh, you already said. Yeah.
Who's that? Mickey Jones?
Brent Briscoe, the other employee at the lawnmower
Oh, he's
store.
in Simple Plan.
Yeah, I feel like I recognize him.
Brent Briscoe. Oh, he's dead. Heavy.
That is
He's in the
heavy.
Green. Oh, he's in Mulholland Drive as
Ah,
one of the cops at the beginning. Oh, he was on Twin Peaks. Dark Knight Rises. Played veteran cop. Interesting. Mr. Woodcock. Mm-hmm. There's something wrong with you, Doyle. Can't treat people like this.
well, I also like in that scene with the band where he kicks everyone out of the house all tough like, and then he just cowers at Frankie throwing a phone book at him and a bottle, and he just he falls down on the ground and pusses out. I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, I'm hurting.
How'd they throw that bottle at him? There's a bottle that's thrown at him and shatters. One of those
The
breakable glasses.
oh yeah, the one's made out of candy.
Yeah, it's a good scene.
Yeah, it is very good.
But what do you think of that fried chicken they were eating later on? Champ's chicken.
That looked pretty good. That looked. I like how they talked about earlier how they got fried chicken, but it was not the Colonel's. It was just some off-brand chicken, but it's probably hella good in a town like that. Fresh.
Fried chicken is one of the best things in the world.
I agree. I got a potluck at work next week. I think I'm gonna make fried chicken thighs.
Oh, you're gonna make it.
Hell yeah! You
Let me
want to
ask
know
you a
this?
question:
Yeah, you want the secret to good fried chicken?
bone in or boneless?
That's the thing. The bone in thighs have the skin.
Mm-hmm.
The ones without the bone have no skin. The one with the skin is obviously better, but I don't like having to eat around the bone.
The other thing is the bone in ones are all different sizes and thicknesses, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Cook at different temperature, different times.
okay, let me guess the secret. I'm gonna say the secret is you gotta salt them beforehand.
Dixie Fry. You want to use the Dixie Fry brand coating. It's delicious. My mom used to use it. It's so fucking good. Dixie Fry. That's the secret. Yeah, of course, you got to salt and pepper all meat. Your father taught us that.
Yeah, but also like I do this thing now where I cook chicken thighs and I put salt on them
Uh-huh.
at like 12:30. Then when I cook them around 5 or whatever, then they're seasoned.
It's very similar to brining. You're letting the salt penetrate the meat.
But here's the problem with brining is you got to get all that fucking water off.
Yeah. Gotta
And
pat dry it.
there's this, Thomas Keller who runs the fucking French Laundry. He's like a famous chef.
Okay.
He's like, oh yeah, you have to brine your chicken. And it's like, okay, how do you do that? He's like, well, we have our own brining room where they hang chickens on hooks.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't have hooks in my
Shit.
in my walk-in refrigerator, dude.
I don't buy paper towels, man. I don't use paper towels. Fuck.
He uses paper towels in his videos, right?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Are paper towels a ripoff?
I just don't see the need for them. I just use rags for everything. Not like I buy a bag of rags at Home Depot and just wash them.
True.
Same thing with toilet paper. I don't use toilet paper. I just take a shirt, wipe it up, and throw it in the laundry.
Oh yeah, brown shirt.
Yeah.
What about a shower? Could you just do that? Immediately take a shower?
So what I don't understand is if a bidet cleans your asshole correctly, does that mean you don't have to soap up your asshole in the shower? You just run the water down it and you're clean? No, you got to use soap.
You got to use soap because the smell
Is
is
there
brutal.
is there some sort of bidet in Japan that like squirts you with soap first and then cleans it off?
Who can? I don't know, man.
You talk about it all the time, I assume, and
Soap.
you
The problem with
you
soap is then you have to rinse it.
isn't that what you're doing with the bidet? Is rinsing your asshole? What else? What else would you consider that?
If you're saying soap,
Like a suds, like a sudsy spray, and then
America,
you clean it off.
America, we're not embracing the bidet. We're embracing the wet wipe.
I would assume there's a toilet paper lobby that is pushing that. Those fucking flushable wipes. They should have never invented that title for anything. Happens all the time in my job. Every time I go to see a clogged toilet, I always see flushable wipes sitting in their bathroom, and you have to explain to them they're not flushable. And they're like, "Oh, well, it says flushable on the package," and I have to explain to them the wipe company is not going to come and unclog your fucking toilet when the wipe is not flushable. Oh, okay, whatever. But I get it. It's gross to wipe your ass with a wipe and then throw it in the trash. I could see why you don't want to do that, but that's what you got to do. That's what you're supposed to do.
I just throw that shit in the wall.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Baby wipes.
That would be fine too.
That's what they were. And then they're like, oh, now they're for adults.
Yeah, exactly. And baby wipes you didn't throw in the toilet. People are smart enough to know that.
What are how we have a podcast? How come we don't get to advertise like butt and ball wipes or whatever these things are?
Dude wipes.
Yeah, dude wipes. Why don't we get that money?
Mando probably makes them too.
Manscaped, dude wipes.
Yeah.
Now, what is the point of this? That you're going to see a prostitute and you have to wipe your balls first?
You're taking a whore's bath. That's basically what they call a whore's bath. You know, where you take a bucket of water and a rag and just, wipe yourself down. They call that a whore's bath. It's like a male whore's bath.
48 wipes for $5. And look at this black fucking container trying to look all tough. It looks like Axe body spray.
Guys don't need to freshen up. You just take a fucking shower and that's that.
That's the problem. They're like, you don't have to take a shower.
Ew.
Well, ew.
Sometimes in the summer, I like taking 2-3 showers a day. I don't, I ain't gonna use a fucking dude wipe.
Who is the guy who buys a dude wipe?
Balls, butt, body. Well, the one that I always hear is Zach Amico, his fat ass, always talking about how he needs to clean himself several times a day.
Isn't he lying?
Yeah, probably.
To sell dude wipes?
Probably.
The dude wipes Instagram is not good. I'm not loving this vibe. But I do love this vibe and I want to advertise it. Please sponsor our show, Dude Wipes. Our listeners need dude wipes.
Maybe we get like that Squatch, Dr. Squatch or something, the one that Mike Tyson advertises for now.
Carl, we got them dude wipes in the bathroom if you need to take yourself a horse bath before work.
You need to go buy some magazines, some hard candy, and some dude wipes. And get some prep just in case.
Carl, we got some Galaxy gas and dude wipes. And Melinda, you seeing Melinda tonight? You want a manscape?
Now that black people have figured out what Galaxy gas is, whew, it's gone wild.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time.
You see some wild. Yeah, but nitrous has. But these huge tanks of Galaxy gas, they didn't have that when we were kids.
I know. I'm just saying Galaxy gas has been around for a while, though.
Sure. But yeah.
It's like SoundCloud rapper shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now the black folk have figured it out. It's off the wall. Now they'll probably regulate it hella hard or something or what.
Is anyone even talking about it? I feel like they're not. Apparently, the guy who started Galaxy Gas owned a head shop, and
Uh-huh.
he was buying whippets and ISI containers,
Uh-huh.
and he thought like, well, why don't I just make my own? And he found the place in China that would like make a Galaxy Gas container, like a big S container, and then he had the art and the marketing and this and that.
You think they'll make it a controlled substance?
Can't.
Why not?
Isn't it medical? Well, though they can make it a schedule too, right?
That's what I'm saying. They might schedule it or something. But I guess how are you going to prove someone's on it or prove it's in their system? That's going to be tough. You have to
Well,
prove
Trump
they
could
did do it illegally.
the thing is like George W. Bush would make it illegal, but Trump wouldn't. Like this is the kind of shit his voters like.
Libertarians are, they say they're socially liberal, but fiscally conservative. And that's part of it.
Well, also like the crypto, like a guy who has Galaxy Gas is a guy who's into like crypto. It's part of that whole like slob lifestyle.
They call it hippie crack, is what we used to call it. I used to call it in rehab.
You do it when you're young, but these containers are huge. I mean, we would have
Yeah.
done this. That's the thing.
Do they blow the galaxy glass into a balloon, or do they just suck it right out of the thing? I think they
I
just
think
suck it right out of the thing, right?
they suck it right out of the thing, and this is the problem
That
that
can't be good for your lungs.
we know how. Like we figured out the balloons that you don't just inhale the balloon, you breathe back into the balloon, and then you
Yeah.
breathe it back in. And this is how you really use all of your um nitrous.
Yeah. Or it was also a huge epiphany when you figured out you could crack two into one balloon. Like, oh
Oh
shit.
yeah.
Oh baby. That's a double shot.
It's it's fun. You go through them.
Remember when our friends' lips were turning blue from it and shit? Like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that shit. That must have fucked up the brain a lot.
Also, we bought that underage and we would go to Berkeley.
Yeah. Get ripped off on a glass pipe and then buy some whippets.
It was a great time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's one
No
of the best
galaxy gas, no fentanyl, no galaxy gas.
well, it was one of the best legal drugs you could buy.
Yeah.
Nitrous.
Sure, sure. Gets you the most fucked up.
And it worked. Remember we got like what was that stupid shit? Salvia, and it was just such a pain in the ass to use and it
You had to smoke a bunch of it really quickly. The high was not particularly fun.
so
All I remember is when we were at your apartment in San Francisco, I can't remember, it was me, you, and somebody else. And then I hit that salvia and like I couldn't see anything. And I remember hearing you say, "Oh, should we call 911 or what?" And then I came to like 30 seconds later, but I don't remember having a good time.
I couldn't even get it to work.
Did we do DMT? I don't ever remember doing DMT.
No, we never did that. But
Uh,
apparently people have like pens of that.
oh,
You can get a
interesting.
pen.
Wow. Where you get that? It's just hard to know which of these internet and I've heard all of the advertisements on Twitter are a scam, but I don't know about just ordering it straight off the internet or who the fuck makes a DMT pen?
If I know a guy. So speaking of DMT and dying, because that's what it is. You take DMT when you die. Carl kills what's his face?
Doyle.
Doyle. Chops him. He carves a lawnmower blade like he's fucking Travis Bickle.
Yeah.
And he tells like John Ritter, like, you gotta take care of the Luann and Frank, whatever her fucking name is.
You gotta promise me not you ain't gonna have him come over. Or you gonna have him at home.
Linda, you gotta take care of Linda and Frank.
Why do you think he was gonna kill his dad? His own dad, because of his brother? He's like, I was plotting on killing you, but it ain't worth it.
This is all very Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
It's like when he was going to kill the president or the presidential nominee, but then decides not
Valentine.
to.
Yeah.
And then
Just,
he moves targets to the pimp.
yeah.
He's just got to kill.
Yeah.
He's got to set things right. And when he kills Doyle, he's like, I'm going to kill you. How do I call 911? He's like, you're going to kill me? And he's all drunk.
Well, you should probably call a hearse too. Call an ambulance or call a hearse.
So the shot of when he kills him is like the camera's very static and then it moves. And then so you don't see Doyle and then he kills Doyle. This is right out of like a samurai movie.
Sure.
It's right out of like Kurosawa.
It's more gruesome if you don't show it.
Yeah. And he whacks him twice and he's like, that second whack almost completely took his head off. Because he calls 911 and then he's like, send an ambulance or a hearse. Then he sits down and eats some of that Champ's chicken, which I liked.
Yeah. Another thing I noticed too is earlier he asked to be baptized. I'm assuming he asked to be baptized to like wash, be born again, get rid of all your past sins. But then he just goes and murders somebody after it. So the baptism didn't really do anything.
Also, when he asks to get baptized, this is really funny. He just walks in the middle of the night and he has a hammer and he just looks like he's about to kill them.
Sure.
And they're having
or at least
sex.
Doyle. He's going to kill Doyle, right?
And they're having sex just like his mom was.
Yeah.
But maybe going to be
tiny ass bed.
Maybe the baptism will help him get into heaven anyway.
Right. Could be born again.
So anyway,
very well be.
He ends up back at the mental asylum, and then JT Walsh is creeping him out. He's like, "Don't you talk to me no more." Because JT Walsh is like, "Oh, you had a little kid, huh? Oh, I bet you liked him." He's like, "Don't you say nothing about that boy."
Yeah. JT Walsh, another fine actor, does great in this movie.
Ratings. What do you give this movie, Mike?
I'm gonna give this movie. I'm gonna give it a 4. Pushing a 4.5, but I say it's a solid 4.
Me too. It's a 4.
Yeah. It's not amazing, but it's good. It's really good. It's not boring. It has a good pace to it. All the the acting's amazing. So, and knowing it only cost $1 million to do that and made 35 million or whatever, that's impressive. What you're a 4, solid 4?
I'm a 4, man.
All right. Well, we agree on that one.
This one is everybody would like this. That's what I feel like. Everybody would like this movie.
Yeah, I would highly recommend this to anybody. I mean, maybe not a little kid because of the violence, but even then, you might show a kid. A 10-year-old or something probably wouldn't get it, but you could show it to them.
It's very well rounded. Kind of has something for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's just cool. All the characters are cool. All the little scenes are cool. The funny shit with Melinda, John Ritter's boyfriend, who works at the funeral parlor.
Ugh. Yeah, John Ritter was good in this.
How could it have been better? What are we missing?
How could it be a 5?
Faster pace.
Yeah, maybe have some peaks and valleys to it, not just one steady motion. Maybe it builds up to something, and I don't know.
More tension.
Yeah. How could it be? His girlfriend could have been hotter. That would have helped. What else? Not much. I mean, it's pretty darn good.
It's like, why is Raging Bull a 5?
Raging. Well, man,
the brother.
It's got
Joe
everything.
Pesci doesn't need Joe Pesci.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, the chemistry between.
Yeah, I'm his fucking brother.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm from New York. I'm from New York. I'm your fucking brother.
He kisses his brother. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. I'm your brother. Yeah, there's no relationship like that.
You get no cool boxing scenes.
Yeah. Just disgustingly violent, bloody scenes.
Yeah, just have Carl in a then a bunch of hobos box and they're betting on them.
I mean, the scenes where they're boxing and Raging Bull seem brutal, and you're like, oh, it can't actually be like that. But if you watch that Sugar Ray fight, it's that violent. I mean, it's fucked up what he did to him. Not mean, but like Sugar Ray really busted him up bad.
Maybe Melinda. What if Melinda was played by Kathy Moriarty, Vicky?
Yeah, that would be much better.
Beautiful platinum blonde girl.
I don't know. I always thought that De Niro's wife at the beginning was super hot. The steak lady. She's
What?
fine as you didn't think she was fine?
She's just like screaming and crying in like two scenes. And you never like see her ever again. I never like even thought about her.
Physically, she's pretty, she's very pretty.
Is it because De Niro also in that movie Raging Bull, De Niro's not nice?
No, not at all.
Is Carl a little too nice?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, maybe if Carl had some more depth to him or something, but I think that's the point that he's that way. He's an everyman type character.
The music, the black and white.
Sure. Did Dwight Yoakam do the music for this movie?
I don't know who did the music. The music in this movie is pretty good. It kind of reminded me of like David Lynch.
Yeah, sure.
It kind of has this like Blue Velvet kind of sound to it.
Darkness.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he needed to drive a taxi in this movie.
Maybe that would have helped. He would have to get a license first. That probably could
driving.
That could have been a whole thing of him going to the DMV.
Nah, just have him drive a taxi.
No license in a small town.
I go anywhere, uptown, downtown, no better than me. Mm-hmm.
One taxi for the whole town.
He called you your little piece of chicken. You know that? He has like a mohawk. He kind of has a crazy haircut.
Yeah, they like made him balding looking, which was interesting. Although maybe Billy Bob was bald. In Tombstone, he had a hat, so I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. What's another great 5-star movie? Apocalypse Now.
I mean, I my favorite movies are Synecdoche and Tree of Life. Those are probably my two favorite movies. I would give those 5s.
I want to make a play about life.
Yeah.
I want to put everything in my play.
Fuck everybody. Mm-hmm.
He needs Tree of Life, huh?
I love that movie.
That would be weird.
I should watch that. I haven't watched. I really liked it when I first saw it. I have not watched it, and I watched it a bunch of times, but I haven't watched it again since then. I should give it another shot.
Remember the dinosaurs?
Yes, I like the trippiness to it. It's extremely avant-garde, and I usually don't get shit like that. So I guess I like that I got it. It was very good.
That director has made a lot of movies. I wonder if have you seen any of the other ones? You've seen Thin Red Line, right?
Yeah, of course. Terrence Malick, yeah.
Have you seen the one about Pocahontas, The New World?
No, is it good?
With Colin Farrell. That one's good. And then his first movie you would really like, Badlands. We should do that.
No, I never seen that. But he only makes a movie like every 15 years or something, right? That's his thing.
Well, it was like he did 3, then he took a break, or he did 2, then he took a break, and then he did Thin Red Line after like 15 years, and then he did a bunch after Thin Red Line.
Oh, Days of Heaven. That's a super popular one that I have not seen.
With Richard Gere.
Yeah, I remember that being very popular. I think I saw To the Wonder. I don't remember anything about it. What about Knight of Cups? I remember that advertisement.
The problem is after Tree of Life, they all turn into Tree of Life, and they're kind of like, it kind of ruined Tree of Life because he just kind of kept doing the same style. So it makes it less unique.
Good thing I only saw that one then. Great. I didn't see anything. I don't think I saw anything.
The New World one is underrated, I think.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Pocahontas is hot, so Give that a shot. Oh, and it looks like it's
Colin Farrell and Christian Bale.
yeah, and it's got a bunch of Native American type shit. That's cool. Maybe like Apocalypto. I give Apocalypto 5 stars for sure.
Mm.
God, that movie's so sick.
You'd think like maybe like Carl could have cut out Doyle's heart
Sure,
while there was an
sure,
eclipse of the sun,
sure.
kicked it down a giant staircase.
Is this a mistake that Terrence Malick direct Dirty Harry?
I thought he was going to write it.
Maybe that's okay.
I don't think
This
he did direct it, but he was going to write Magnum, or he co-wrote Magnum Force, maybe the second
it's
one.
yeah, it says director Don Siegel, but I don't know why it came up
He
on
co-wrote
his
it,
yeah.
maybe, or John Milius or something. Because his first movie, Badlands, is really good. That I think that's my favorite movie of his, the one with Martin Sheen and Sissy Spacek.
What's it about?
Martin Sheen is this like drifter who meets Sissy Spacek, and she's like a teenage girl in Texas in the 50s, and then they like kill her dad, War Notes, and then they go on the run and they like kill a bunch of cops. And you know the music from True Romance,
Uh-huh.
it's just lifted from Badlands.
Oh, really? So what is it, like
So
Natural Born Killers?
yeah, but it's not nearly as violent. It's not as extreme. It's much more like, I don't know. It's a lot weirder.
Okay,
It's kind of more
okay.
realistic. It's quieter, but it's a cool movie
That looks good.
and it's short. His movies were like his first two movies, that and Days of Heaven, aren't very long.
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, hour and a half.
And then when he made Thin Red Line, he became this like completely out of control kind of director. What about Godfather? You know, throwing some Godfather shit.
I like Godfather 2.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
Oh, he's a lot like Luca Brasi. He could have been Luca Brasi.
Didn't Luca Brasi get killed?
Don Corleone. Yeah.
Get
Sleeps with the
choked out.
fishes. Yeah.
Maybe Godfather Part Two. He's like, "Oh, set it up. I'm gonna give you nothing. I will give you my answer now. You get nothing." And he has like a Lake Tahoe spread.
That'd be funny. That will be funny and good. They should do that.
Maybe he needs a slutty sister who's just getting drunk and fucking up on the dance floor.
Yeah, maybe
You
they
know,
needed more women characters.
she's like, "You don't ever tell me what to do. You're a disgrace." He needs like a tuxedo.
Dress them up a bit.
Yeah, classy look.
The high
Um,
pants, hunched over look is not a good look.
The Corleone family's going straight. He can, or like have a little. What's that Jewish guy's name?
Mo Green.
No, not Mo Green.
Oh.
The one.
Oh. The guy in Cuba. Cuba guy.
I like to watch the American football. The one who betrays them all.
Rosenthal or something. I can't remember. But yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Hyman Roth.
Hyman Roth. What a Jewy sounding name.
We need a Hyman Roth character.
What will we be doing next week?
Next week we have our last cool dad. Cop. Starring James Woods.
Cop.
He plays a cop dad.
Okay.
1987, 88. I don't know. It's very 80s. It's very cool.
Is he a good dad? Like the Bad Lieutenant?
Yeah.
Good. Right on. Well, I like to hear that.
His daughter's in like 2 scenes in the entire movie, and then it has nothing to do with him being a dad. So it's a great pick.
Sounds good. I'll watch that for $1.
All right. Later.
Right on, man. Have a good one.